You're looking at and hearing an intense scene. It's now in the state attorney general's files as part of a hearing scheduled to be held Wednesday. It was. But New York State Attorney General Letitia James herself explains why that and other videos and testimony discussing abusive behavior by police against protesters was heard and seen today.
So many people wanted to tell their stories that we have added this second day.
She and a panel, including former U.S. Attorney General Loretta Lynch, heard all day long from a wide variety of people, including from the woman who submitted the beating video. That woman said later on in the same day she'd encountered more police in full riot gear, but with no surgical masks on.
When you're standing there with no mask and riot gear, it's just really hard to trust an authority figure. And given what I had saw earlier that day, which is the video that you saw, I was just very dubious.
More than one person testified about this scene from June 4th in the South Bronx, where police kettled or surrounded protesters on all sides about 10 minutes before the curfew began that night.
And at 8 p.m., they started crushing us in on both sides and beating people with batons. Was slammed to the ground, which resulted in a black eye. And then zip tied.
So was this woman who said her hands turned blue then, and she's still injured with nerve damage 2 weeks later.
I saw a doctor, I don't remember which nerve, I don't remember the name of the nerve, but there's a nerve like in here that was damaged, and so I have basically pins and needles in my right thumb.
The Attorney General pointed out that despite repeated invitations to the commissioner and other top brass, they were no-shows. Definitely showing, though, were protesters, many of whom said that what they saw police doing during protests, including beating them, was eye-opening.
I feel nauseous when I see the police. I feel scared. I did not feel that way before.
The testimony figures into an overall investigation that the Attorney General is doing. She'll issue a report which could affect state legislation regarding police. She also has the authority to issue criminal charges should she deem that necessary.